Bulletproof. That is the word on the box. That is the word in the Amazon listing. That is the word in the YouTube thumbnail of the channel that sold you on buying it. That I have heard that word 10 times this month. 10 different knives, 10 different brands, 10 different promises. And I had the same response every time. Prove it. I bought all 10. I ran every single one through the same 6 test destruction sequence that has broken knives on this channel before. Battening frozen hardwood. 72-hour saltwater submersion. Lateral stress at full body weight. Prying apart weathered lumber. Nail chop test. Pommel hammer test point. 7 of these knives broke, bent, rusted, or chipped before the sequence was finished. 3 refused. And the knife that earned number 1. I genuinely did not see that result coming when I started this test. From 10 to 1. Let's go. Number 10. Survivor 106,320 Hong Kong dollars tactical fixed blade, $18. Point name, $18 and the word bulletproof. One of these things is a lie. The Survivor 106,320 Hong Kong dollars is not a knife anyone takes seriously at first glance. And that instinct is correct. $18. Tactical styling. A blade labeled as stainless steel without any alloy designation. The word bulletproof appears in the Amazon product description 3 times. None of that changes what happened in the first 30 seconds of testing. The handle on the 106,320 Hong Kong dollars is injection molded over a partial tang that terminates well before the end of the grip. I confirmed this by examining the pommel before testing began. The steel does not emerge at the base of the handle, which means the load path during battening runs through polymer rather than steel at the critical junction point. That construction choice is not a budget compromise. It is a design decision that guarantees failure under sustained impact loading. And it failed exactly as the physics predicted. First batten strike on a pine section, the kind of wood that beginners start with because it is soft and cooperative, produced an audible crack at the handle junction. By the 3rd strike, the handle had split along the seam. The blade was physically separated from the handle before the first minute of testing was complete. I attempted to continue the test with the blade section and discovered that the steel, whatever alloy it is, deformed visibly on the second cutting stroke against medium cardboard. Not dull deformed. The edge geometry changed shape under light cutting pressure. The Amazon listing still uses the word bulletproof. $18 cannot buy bulletproof. It can buy a blade-shaped object that resembles the concept from a distance. Number 10. First eliminated. Not close. Number 9. Ozark Trail 10-inch fixed blade, $15. Point name. The big box store knife that proves size is not the same as strength. The Ozark Trail 10-inch fixed blade is Walmart's entry into the survival knife category. And the 10-inch blade creates an immediate visual impression of capability that the metallurgy does not support. 10 inches is a serious blade length. Side index equals 8.1. A survival knife needs to process wood for fire, build a shelter, and prep food without failing /sight. And a 10-inch blade looks like it could do all of that and more. In testing, the size is the most impressive thing about it. The blade steel is 3CR13. A Chinese stainless alloy hardened to approximately 52 to 54 Rockwell, which is below the minimum threshold for a working survival knife by most experienced buyer standards. At this hardness, the steel is soft enough to show edge deformation under light use and rust quickly despite the stainless designation. In my saltwater test, the Ozark Trail blade showed surface rust at the 8-hour mark, a result that falls even below what cheap carbon steels produce in the same test. The 3CR13 designation means stainless in the loosest chemical sense of the word, not stainless in the functional sense that outdoor buyers mean when they choose stainless. The handle is molded plastic over a partial tang with a rubber overmold that gives it a premium appearance in product photos and a hollow, flexing feel in the hand during actual use. In the battening test, the handle showed lateral flex at the junction point beginning with the 2nd strike, the kind of movement that precedes a structural failure and that does not stop progressing once it starts. By the 15th strike, the movement was significant enough to make accurate battening impossible. 10 inches a blade, $15. The impression of capability without the substance behind it. Number 9. Eliminated before the corrosion test was finished. Number 8. Schrade SCHF30 Frontier Fixed Blade, $1.45. Point name: the right steel on the wrong knife. Almost good enough and not quite. Schrade put 1095 high carbon steel in the SCHF30 Frontier, which is the correct steel decision for a survival fixed blade, and the reason this knife is at number 8 rather than lower. Side index equals 8.1. High carbon steel like 1095 is tough as nails and easy to sharpen in the field/sight. And the SCHF30's 1095 performed exactly that way in the battening and chopping sections of the test. 22 minutes of sustained hardwood battening without edge chipping. Field sharpening on a basic stone in under 5 minutes. These are genuinely strong results that separate the SCHF30 from the soft steel knives below it on this list. The failure came in the prying test and the edge geometry assessment. The SCHF30's edge grind showed visible inconsistency on examination before testing began. The bevel angle varied across the blade length in a way that produced uneven cutting performance and created specific sections of the edge that were thinner and more vulnerable than the surrounding geometry. An inconsistent grind is a quality control failure that affects both performance and durability. And in the prying test, the stress concentrated at one of the thinner grind sections and produced a visible edge chip that required grinding to repair. The handle design also works against the knife in sustained hard use. The textured rubber over mold traps grit and debris in the pattern, which after extended field use creates an abrasive surface against the palm during grip-intensive tasks. It is a minor issue for casual outdoor use and a meaningful comfort problem across hours of sustained survival work. The 1095 steel earns this knife a result better than everything below it. The execution around that steel keeps it out of the passing category. Number 8. Right material, incomplete follow-through. Number 7. Condor tool and knife swamp romper, $1.65. Point name: the best chopper that failed before the test was done. Side index equals 6.1. The Condor bush lore uses a convex grind that combines splitting efficiency with slicing ability/sight. The same philosophy applies to the swamp romper, which runs 1075 high carbon steel with a convex edge geometry that produced the most impressive chopping performance in the first half of this test. In the chopping and battening sections, the swamp romper cleared more material faster than any other knife in this evaluation. The convex grind acts like a wedge, pushing material apart rather than slicing through it, and the 1075 steel at 57 to 59 Rockwell provides the toughness to absorb the impact forces that chopping generates without edge damage. If the test had stopped at battening and chopping, the swamp romper would be in the passing category without discussion. The failures appeared in the secondary tests. The wooden handle scales, which give the swamp romper a beautiful traditional appearance, showed loosening around the handle pin at the left scale during the lateral stress test. Not catastrophic loosening, enough movement that I could feel it with my fingers rather than just measure with a tool. Handle security is non-negotiable in the survival standard this test applies, and any movement in the handle construction under stress is a failure regardless of how impressive the blade performance was. The leather sheath failed the retention test at the 24th hour of the wear test. The snap button released under the lateral pressure that comes from active movement, allowing the knife to slide partially out of the sheath while I was walking. An unsecured survival knife is a safety hazard rather than a survival tool. Exceptional chopping failed on secondary criteria that matter in real field conditions. Number 7. The blade earned a passing grade. The handle and sheath did not. Number 6. Fallkniven A2, $3.90. Point name: the most expensive failure on this list and the most important lesson. Side index equals 6.1. The Fallkniven A2 is far from stainless. The Cerakote coating held up just fine in testing through creek hikes and mud, and the steel is incredibly well treated. The Schwartz team tested the hell out of it to get the hardness where they wanted it. /sight, that is an honest assessment of the A2's strengths from people who have spent real time with the knife, and those strengths are real. The laminated VG10 construction, hard VG10 core at 59 HRC with soft 420J outer cladding, produces a cutting experience that is genuinely surgical. Feather sticks from the A2 are the finest on this list. Food prep precision is unmatched. The convex edge geometry combined with the laminated construction creates a blade that feels more capable than its specifications suggest in light to medium outdoor tasks. $390. That is a number that makes the nail chop test result important beyond this video. Side index equals 6.1. If you actually want a chopper, go with the ESEE Junglas. It uses 1095 carbon steel, which is tougher and easier to sharpen than VG10/Sight, and the nail chop test demonstrated exactly why that recommendation exists. VG10 at 59 HRC, while providing exceptional edge retention, carries a carbide structure that is more vulnerable to the specific impact plus lateral combination that the nail chop creates than the tougher 1095 and CPM steels lower in this ranking. The A2's edge showed chipping on the second nail chop strike that required grinding to repair. A $390 knife that chips on a nail chop is not a bulletproof knife. It is a precision instrument that was never designed for that specific type of abuse, and calling it bulletproof in any marketing context is a misrepresentation of what the knife was built to do. Number 6. An exceptional knife for the tasks it was designed for. Not bulletproof. Number 5. ESEE Junglas 2, $2.85. Point name. The closest thing to a machete that still calls itself a knife. Almost bulletproof. Side index equals 5.1. The ESEE Junglas 2 is a serious survival tool designed to take on the toughest outdoor and field challenges. Its 8.37-inch drop point blade is made from 1095 carbon steel, chosen for its strength, edge retention, and ease of sharpening in the field. Built for heavy-duty work, it excels at chopping, battening, and other demanding tasks where reliability is critical. The handle features gray micarta scales secured with stainless steel hardware, delivering a comfortable and slip-resistant grip even in wet conditions. /Sight. Every word of that description is accurate. In the battening test, the Junglas 2 processed more hardwood in 30 minutes than any other knife in this evaluation. The 8.37-inch blade length and 19.8-ounce weight create a mechanical advantage in chopping sequences that shorter, lighter knives cannot match. The 1095 steel sharpened back to working condition in under 5 minutes after the session. The micarta scales stayed completely secure through wet conditions, cold temperatures, and every stress test that put load on the handle. The impact pommel-handled hammer strikes without loosening. The failure that kept the Junglas 2 out of the passing category was control, specifically single-hand control during fine survival tasks. At 19.8 ounces and 14.5 inches overall, the Junglas 2 is a two-hand tool for comfortable, controlled use. Single-hand tasks that survival situations frequently require. Food prep, detail carving, material processing in confined positions become labored at this size in a way that the passing knives on this list handle naturally. Sight index equals 8.1. A survival knife that isn't full tang is a folding knife waiting to happen. But the opposite problem exists too, where size compromises control and sustained single-hand use. /Sight. Almost bulletproof on every structural test. The size prevents it from passing the complete survival standard. Number 5. Bring it if you can carry the weight. Number 4. White River Knives FC7, CPM S35 VN $2.20. Point name. The knife that solved the corrosion problem without giving up toughness. Side index equals 5.1. The White River Firecraft FC7 is a rugged survival knife built to handle serious outdoor challenges. Featuring a 7-inch blade made from CPM S35 VN stainless steel that balances edge retention, toughness, and corrosion resistance for reliable performance in harsh environments. Its full tang construction ensures lasting strength, while contoured micarta handle scales provide a comfortable, slip-resistant grip even in wet or cold conditions. /Sight. The FC7 is the first knife in this test that passed the complete 6-test sequence without a disqualifying result in any category. The CPM S35 VN blade survived the 72-hour saltwater submersion with zero visible corrosion. a result that only one other knife in this test matched. The battening session produced a rolled edge after 40 minutes on frozen hardwood. Not chipping, not structural damage, a rolled edge that a field stone corrected in under 6 minutes. The prying test produced no tip deflection. The lateral stress test produced flex and return without permanent deformation. The nail chop test produced minor edge damage that resharpened cleanly. Sight index equals 7.1. The drop point style Magna Cut blade makes the knife great for cutting, slicing, shaving, and shaping. And being a stainless steel, it staves off corrosion while holding a decent edge and remaining easy to resharpen. Sight. The FC7's S35EN delivers a similar complete performance profile. Not the absolute peak of any single category, but the most consistent results across all 6 test categories of any stainless option in this evaluation. The honest limitation is price. $220 is a significant investment, and the knives at numbers 2 and 3 on this list deliver comparable complete test results for meaningfully less money. The FC7 earns its position in the passing category without reservation. Number 4, Bulletproof on every test. The price is the only asterisk. Number 3, ESEE Laser Strike, $220. Point name, the only knife on this list that carries its own fire kit, and earn the right to. Sight index equals 7.1. The ESEE Laser Strike has a legendary warning, a comfortable micarta handle, and a great sheath. Despite weighing just over half a pound at 9.5 ounces, this ESEE is a devastating chopper. We hacked and battened logs that should have broken the Laser Strike in two. Then we handed it to friends and asked them /sight to try to break it. That field report from Gear Junkie matches my test results in every significant detail. The Laser Strike runs a 5-inch blade of 1095 high carbon steel, the toughness benchmark for hard-use survival knives, with a hollow micarta handle that contains a fire steel and tinder tab stored against the inside of the grip. Not in the sheath, not in a separate kit, in the handle itself. In a survival scenario where you lose everything except the knife on your belt, the Laser Strike carries fire starting capability that no other knife on this list provides at any price. In the destruction test, the Laser Strike battened through frozen knotted hardwood for 45 minutes without edge chipping. The same result the ESEE 5 produced in the previous destruction test, because 1095 at the right heat treatment genuinely does not chip under this level of abuse. The prying test produced no permanent deformation. The lateral stress test produced flex and return. The pommel, struck 40 times against tent stakes driven into clay soil, showed zero handle movement. The corrosion test is the honest limitation. 1095 produced surface rust at the 8-hour mark of saltwater submersion, which requires active maintenance in wet environments. The unconditional ESEE lifetime replacement warranty covers the knife if it ever fails for any reason. Sight index equals 10.1. The ESEE Laser Strike has a legendary warranty /sight. Legendary because it is genuine. Number 3, Bulletproof by every structural measure. Bring oil if you're near salt water. Number 2, Bark River Bravo 2, A2 tool steel $280. Point name, the custom quality that made the Fallkniven A2 look like bad value. Sight index equals 6.1. The Bark River Bravo 2 is a similar size to the Fallkniven A2 but comes with polished micarta or wood handles and leather sheaths. It is a pride of ownership tool that works just as hard as the A2, and it is made in Michigan by people who have been doing this for over 2 decades /sight. The comparison to the Fallkniven A2 at number 6 is not accidental. The Bravo 2 runs A2 tool steel, a chromium molybdenum alloy that sits between 1095 carbon steel and CPM steels in both toughness and corrosion resistance. A2 is meaningfully more corrosion resistant than 1095, while being meaningfully tougher than the stainless options, a position in the steel matrix that makes it one of the most practical hard-use alloys available for a knife that needs to perform across wet and dry conditions without sacrificing structural integrity. The convex edge grind on the Bravo 2 is executed to the standard of Bark River's custom level production, even geometry, consistent bevel angle, smooth transition from the primary grind to the secondary cutting edge. In the nail chop test, the specific test that eliminated the Fallkniven A2 at number 6, the Bravo 2 produced minor edge rolling without chipping. A2's toughness handled the impact plus lateral combination that VG10 could not, and the edge rolled back to working condition in under 4 minutes on a coarse diamond stone. 72-hour saltwater test. Minor surface patina development. No pitting, no functional corrosion. Battening 40 minutes, no edge damage. Lateral stress, flex and return. Prain, no type de flexion. Pommel hammer, zero handle movement across 40 strikes. The Bravo 2 passed every test in the sequence. Number 2, the knife that made a $390 option look like a poor choice. Number 1, ESEE Junglas, original, $1095 $225. Point name, the original that beat its own successor, and everything else on this list. The Junglas 2 is at number 5 on this list. The original Junglas is at number 1. Same brand, same DNA. The result between them comes down to one difference in the design. And understanding that difference explains exactly why the original earned the top position while its updated sibling did not. Side index equals 5.1. The ESEE Junglas was originally built for clearing brush, but it did a lot more than that. Side index equals 12.1. The Junglas is a beast. With a wide blade, thick spine, and a hefty feel in the hand, it is built for chopping, prying, and digging if you needed to. Sight. The original Junglas runs a 9-inch blade of 1095 carbon steel at a spine thickness that borders on aggressive, and that thickness combined with the original Junglas' blade to handle weight distribution provides a control profile in single hand used at the heavier, longer Junglas 2 does not match. The original 16.25-inch overall length and 14.6-ounce weight, lighter than the Junglas 2 despite similar capability, produce a knife that handles two-hand chopping tasks and single-hand precision tasks without the control compromise that eliminated the Junglas 2. In the destruction test, the original Junglas passed all 6 categories. Battening, 45 minutes on the hardest material in this test, 0 edge chipping, 1 minute of rolling that field sharpened in 4 minutes. Nail chop, 1095's toughness produced edge rolling without chipping, resharpened cleanly. Prying, the wide blade geometry and thick spine distributed lateral force without tip deflection. Lateral stress, flex and return, 0 permanent deformation. Saltwater, 1095 produced surface rust at 12 hours, manageable with maintenance. Pommel hammer, 0 handle movement across 50 strikes. Side index equals 11.1. ESEE knives are bomb-proof. Good for large work, which requires a lot of kinetic activity like battening and hacking. The ESEE Junglas lives full-time in our truck. Site after 6 tests that eliminated 9 other knives claiming to be bulletproof. The original ESEE Junglas is the one that actually refused to break. Number 1, 10 knives, 10 claims of bulletproof, 3 that actually proved it. Fast recap. Number 10, Survivor 106,320 Hong Kong dollars. Handle split before the first minute. Number 9, Ozark Trail 10-inch, 3CR13 steel that rusted faster than carbon steel. Number 8, Schrade SC Chef 30, right steel with inconsistent grind execution. Number 7, Condor Swamp Romper, best chopper that failed on handle and sheath. Number 6, Fallkniven A2, $390 that chipped on the nail test. Number 5, ESEE Junglas 2, structural bulletproof, but too large for complete survival use. Number 4, River FC7, CPM is 35 VN passing every test at a price premium. Number 3, ESEE Laser Strike, 1095 toughness with a fire kit in the handle. Number 2, River Bravo 2, custom quality that outperformed the Fallkniven A2 at a lower price. Number 1, ESEE Junglas Original, 9 inches of 1095 that passed every test in the sequence. All 10 affiliate links are in the description. The 3 that passed are marked at the top. Hit like if the Fallkniven results surprised you. Subscribe. The next test is folding knives claiming to be bulletproof, and the failure rate is even higher. Drop a comment. Which of these are you carrying, and did it earn your trust? Stay sharp.